Hey guys, Two-Time Rain here with my first video log actually showing what I look like. You guys have wanted to see this for a while now, so I'm doing it. For this video, I'm going to show you the my rifle. I'm going to disassemble it, kind of show you the parts. Obviously, nothing is as good as actually getting your hands on one and doing it yourself, but it's better than nothing. So let's do that. Let me swap. I'm on my iPhone, so let me swap the camera around. How do I do that? I think I gotta pause it. Hold on. Alright, we're back. That was me. I'm wearing my fucking sweet slippers that I got for my wife for Christmas. I am wearing these because my dog, specifically that dog, decided to chew my fucking shoes to shit. So, that's why I'm wearing these. So, this is my rifle. Let's see how good of a view I can get. This is on my iPhone, so bear with me if it keeps focusing all weird, as it seems to be doing. I'm trying to go slow so it doesn't kill the camera. And, yeah. So this is a rifle. This is more or less what you'll have when you get into the fleet. The sight, you won't have this one. The sight that I have right there. You will have an ACOG. But otherwise, it's pretty much it. You're going to have the Picatinny rails like this, which are the rails with, you can see the little like notches in them. That allows you to add stuff to it. Which I still need to get like a bipod, maybe a flashlight for it eventually, but we'll see. We will see. So, first thing you do when you disassemble a rifle is, one, make sure it's on safe. Let me see if I can bring it in. See, safe and fire. The difference between this rifle and the rifle you have in the military is that'll always be safe. For me, this is fire, which is just semi-automatic, so one trigger pull equals one round, which is the same as military. But then if you flip it back, which I can't do on this one, but if I were to flip it to where this pointy part is right here, that is burst, which is a 3-round burst. You'll be able to shoot 3 rounds with one trigger pull, which is kind of nice. Burst can be decently accurate, but you do need practice with it. You do need to make sure that you know what you're doing and that you know how the rifle's going to react, because it'll kick a little more than normal. But so what you're going to do is, you see these little pinholes here. You will push those out, just down as far as you can. Flip it over, pull them up. And sometimes you need a little, flip the rifle. You'll need like a pen or something because they get stuck. But once that's done, you can disassemble or pull the bottom half off. Now this is called the lower receiver. Generally just called a lower, and this part here is the upper. In here is where you actually have the firing mechanism. So if I flip the rifle onto fire, let's see if it's on fire, and I pull the trigger, that comes up. And what that'll do is that'll essentially hit the firing pin, which will hit the round, which will fire the bullet. I mean, there's a little more to it, but that's more or less what happens. In here, let me see if I can get it out. Let me need my keys. This is called the buffer right here, what I'm pointing out. Trying to do this with one hand is not the easiest of all things. There we go. So this part right here, pull it up. I apologize if anyone gets sick from watching this, from the weird movement. So this part right here is called the buffer. There's many female-related jokes you can make with these, which we always did. This basically takes the pressure from the bolt, and when it's in here, and the bolt fires, it's going to recoil, and it pushes it back in. And this basically helps reduce the recoil. If you didn't have this, you would know. And you can't really fire the weapon if you didn't have it anyway. You can fire once, but that's about it. This is a buffer spring, which allows it to actually go back and forth. So, yeah, there's that. So, there's not much else to the lower receiver that you'll ever mess with. If you become an armorer, you will take all of this apart down in there, and you will have to clean it just with your rifle, and that part gets really dirty, but otherwise you won't have to do much. So, yeah. You won't take any of that apart because there's no need. So for this one, dropping it, you get the charging handle right here, which you just, for mine, I have the little, pull the bolt out. I have the little lever there on the left, as you can see, and that makes it kind of nice. And there's some you can get where they're like bigger and they stick out more and make it a little easier to grab the charging handle. This basically is used to pull the bolt back in the rifle. And yeah, and this, it's all clean. My rifle's good. I mean, I can probably clean it again, but it's in pretty decent shape. But this is the bolt of the rifle. Right here, let's see if it'll zoom. A little hole there. When the rifle's set, I don't know if you can see it now. Let's see. No, it's kind of tough. In there is the firing pin, and that gets hit, and that'll, or the other side of it rather, gets hit, that part right there, and it forces the firing pin out the hole. Let me see if I can do it. Yeah, you can see the little silver in there, and that hits the back of the round, and that'll fire it. Let me disassemble the bolt real quick, and I'll show you all the parts. Hold on. Okay, disassembled it. This whole thing is called the bolt carrier group. This is the actual bolt itself right here. This is the firing pin, which you obviously goes, in here essentially, and it'll point down into that, and the end of it will come out this side right there. This helps hold it in, as does this. I don't remember the exact names for these. You really don't ever need to know them. In boot camp, I believe you may, but I don't fucking remember. As long as you know how to disassemble it and assemble it, you'll be pretty decent. It's pretty easy, although these 3 or 4 or 5 parts rather can get really, really dirty, and you'll spend a lot of time cleaning them. We always use Q-tips and stuff to clean them because it was a lot easier, to be honest, but there's a whole variety of different things that you are able to use if you want. But let me see if I can assemble this. Well, I got it here. Let me see if I can do it with one hand. So there we go. Line that up. And you'll learn exactly how to line it up. There's a way to do all of it. Do that. Firing pin. Oh God. I'm very focused right now. I see that slid down in there. Oops. Did it wrong. Did it wrong. You guys got me all flustered here. Let's see. Twist that. Trying to hold the camera at the same time. There we go. So you take that the short stocky part, you put it in there, and then you twist it. So I'm twisting it. Now it's got to look like that. So it's sideways, more or less. And then you put the bolts in. Let's see if I can just do it this way. Generally you cannot, but it worked. I'll take it. Alright, now that's in there. And then, once the bolt is in, sorry if you didn't get to see that, you take this little thing right here, and you shove it down in this hole. That's what she said. And in a perfect world, it just slides right on in. That's also what she said. So, let's get it in there. And then you know when the bolt's decently clean is when you push it back, and you see how that part right there, in front of my thumb, is right there. When you do a quick snap with your wrist, it then gets forced up. It's in the second position. Let me see if it'll focus. No, it's having a hard time. But you can see it kind of right there in front of my thumb. And you can just do it over and over. You can hear that snap. That means more or less that the rifle's clean. It will function right now. So it was clean enough to function, and life's good, I guess, huh? And then when you put this back in with the charging handle right there, you need this front part to be right there, or this part out. See, now it's kind of indented, or it's inside it more, and then it flipped out. So you take the charging handle, you slide it up in there, and you take this, again, make sure it's snapped out, slide it in, and then there you go. And then you take the lower receiver, which is this, and you'll put it back on. But first, I gotta put the spring back in. Spring doesn't really matter which way it goes in. Doesn't really matter. Put that in there. Put the buffer, and then of course make sure it's on safe. And then, sorry. And then just basically it just slides in. And then from the other side, if you did it correctly, that should come in like that. And like that. Now, let me, see how this view looks. Take the charging handle. That sounds pretty clean. You'll know when it's dirty because it'll kind of have like a grittier sound, or it just won't slide as smoothly. And the smoothly thing is obviously based on feel. But yeah, so yeah, and there's the rifle. All good. Then got my little sweet muzzle brake at the end. But yeah, I mean, they're pretty simple. They really are. I can disassemble this completely and reassemble it in about less than 30 seconds. Doesn't take much time. You practice it with it enough, it gets real easy. But yeah, let me introduce you actually for the end of the video to my two dogs. I will bring them in. So let me pause the video and get them in real quick. Alright guys, these are my two dogs right here. I know you guys hear them snore quite a bit, more specifically the little pug there. And then his name is Phil. Phil! Phil, look at the camera. Oh, they're excited. They're excited. The boxer, her name is Molly. She's the evil one that destroyed my shoes. And hopefully you can hear me over there grunting. Hey, sit. Sit. Both of you. Phil. You see, hear how loud he is? There's the boxer. Oh, they're so excited. Oh, God. They're so excited. Whoa. Hello, Molly. Oh, good girl. Good girl. All right. Where'd Phil go? He went in your kennel, Molly. He's always snorting like that, though. That's what he does. All right, guys. Let me twist this around. Hopefully you guys can see me. I appreciate you watching. I plan on doing more of these, possibly with some other of my weapons, but I'll see. But I'm going to do more video logs where you can see what I look like. I'm always looking at my hand. I'm also going to start like a fitness. Sorry, I think I got interrupted. I said I was going to start a fitness series following my fitness because I got to improve that. I've been slacking lately. My fucking dog. Phil, quit that. I would love to get a webcam, but I'm poor, and so I don't know when I'll be able to get a webcam. But if I do, you guys will be the first to know because I record myself playing video games and stuff like that. So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the 1,000 subs or close to it. YouTube's been weird with subs. I was right near 1,000, and it like dropped me 50 subs, and then it went back up and then down. It's confusing, but I'll post this here soon. Either way. Yeah, just to thank you guys for everything. Yeah, and I'll be doing a lot more of this stuff, hopefully, you know, time permitting with school and everything. But we'll see what we can do, make happen. All right, guys, appreciate it. See you in the next one. Semper Fi.